And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for the brand new Carey Mulligan film Promising Young Woman. Now, Promising Young Woman is a dark comedy kind of drama film. It's directed by Emerald Farewell. I probably butchered that, I apologize. And before I begin talking about the film, Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. This is the last day of 2020, and don't worry, I'm doing my top list of 2020 films of the year. I'll probably bring that up either Friday or Saturday, not too sure yet, but hope you guys have it, have safe parties or whatever you guys are gonna do. Be safe, keep distance, all that stuff. So let's talk about this film. When I first saw the trailer for this, I had no idea what this movie was really about. It sets up the trailer itself sets up this about this woman who's kind of crazy, and she goes on attacking people. But no, when you watch the actual film, so you're thinking, okay, this is going to be one of those, like, crazy chick. She does her thing. She wants to get revenge on some people. Sure, whatever. Sounds like a blast. But when you watch this film, it's more than just that. First of all, you have Carey Mulligan. She plays this young girl who, she had a tragedy in her life. And you don't really know what that tragedy is until near the end of the film, which is kind of like, oh, but then you kind of slowly piece it together as the movie progresses. And you're trying to figure out what's her motivation, what's her game, what drives her. She's just a single woman. She's like in her 30s, lives with her family. And, she goes to these bars and all these things, I guess, to try to find love, I guess. And, you figure, okay, she's going to find the right Mr. Right and fall in love. No, but then she ends up having a dark secret. She starts tormenting the people that she ends up, like, hooking up with. And not just, like, in a torturous way, more of, like, a psychological way. And then, as the movie progresses, you figure out why she's doing this. Because she has a motivation. She's trying to target people who pretty much, I guess, I don't want to spoil the film, but I guess put harm to her. So when you're watching the film, you finally, if you can figure it out, you're like, oh, that actually makes sense. Okay, that's her motivation. That makes total sense. And for the most part of this film, I actually enjoyed it. I thought this film was actually well paced, well executed. It took me a while to figure out what was actually going to happen with her character, because when you see her, you think a normal girl, maybe she goes crazy and she just goes off on a killing men rampage. Sure, you think that, but then when you watch the film, it's totally different. You like wondering what's going on inside her head. You have no idea what's inside her head, why she's doing what she's doing, and then you watch the film and then you see her have little triggers of being a complete psycho, and it's crazy, and it works. And then when you get to the point where she explains her motivation for what she's doing is, especially to a group of people that she knows she's targeting, then you're like, huh, that actually kind of makes sense now, why she's doing it. She's crazy, but effective. Like, I mean, look, there's not really that much gore in here. There's not really gore in here at all, or any of that kind of nature. So if you're looking for a film like, oh, this chick is going to go crazy, like Harley Quinn, start smacking people, killing people. No, she normally just, like, tortures the guys by, like, mostly, like, how can I put this? Instead of physical, she does it more psychological, emotional to the people that she's trying to target, especially mostly guys. And then when you see the guy's expression, they're like, whoa, we're not going to mess with this person anymore. Or maybe any kind of woman ever, because I guess certain men would take advantage of women. And that's what she does. She pretends, it's in the trailer, so there's not much of a spoiler. But if you haven't seen the trailer, she pretends to get, like, I guess, drunk enough for guys to take advantage of her. And then when the guy's about to make their move, she wakes up from that little trance that she's in. And she, like, lays it down to them. She threatens them and then, really scares the guy into not, like, hey, don't be doing this to girls, And then the guy backs up. And you see this in the trailer, so it's not much of a spoiler. But you get that kind of emotions in this film. And I thought it really played off really well. My only problem with this film is that the ending, like the very ending, it made sense. But then the moment before the very end happens, it's like, oh, come on, really? Why would you do that into that scene? Why would you do that in that scene? To get to the main point, it's like, oh, okay, fine, I guess. I guess you can go that direction for it. To me, there was like, it felt like it was two endings. One ending that happens that I did not like, but then the overall ending, to the execution of that ending that I just said I don't like, made more sense. Even though I didn't like the way they handled that first part of the ending, kind of like a two-part ending in a way, but they show it here, and it's like, because you're invested in the movie, you invested in her character, and by the way, Claire, she did a good job with the character. I mean, Carol, sorry, I apologize. She was great. She was great in the film. She played that whole, like, oh, I'm an innocent girl, but yet she ends up being like, okay, you want to play, you want to be able to put your hands on me and get me in bed. Let's go. Let's see what you got. Then the guys just back up and they're like, nope. Oscar contention? Probably. Who knows? But I thought she did a really good job with the character. And, you know, it made you like the character, but also fear the character at the same time. There was some humor here, dark humor as well, and I enjoy some of that part. You know, the other main characters in here, you know, the people who play their parents were fine. There's, like, average parents that, like, kind of wonder, like, why their daughter is at this point in her life, like, why she's not married. Moving on, she works at a little coffee shop. It's not much of a spoiler, but still. You know, she ends up meeting somebody here, but then, you know, when you watch that go along, and does it go anywhere? Does it help with the plot? You have to watch and see for yourself. But I still enjoyed this film. I thought it was very fun, very creepy at some points. This is the fact that she's nuts, and especially when you watch her in the movie. You know, whatever you see in the trailers is nothing compared to what you see in the actual film. And then when you watch the end, and you're like, yeah, she was right to be nuts in some point. But I still had fun with it. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this film, if you saw it, and are you guys looking forward to watching it? Do you think it's interesting to see? Leave me a comment below. I actually recommend checking it out. But you know, let me know what you guys thought about the ending. Because to me, the ending felt like two parts. And that first part of the ending was kind of like, I didn't like the way that happened. But I understand why that happened. Because without that part, the very, very end of the film wouldn't have made sense. But what can you do? So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you very much and have a good day.